So the verdict and the numbers are out on Jemele Hill's new book. Her book is entitled Uphill. And basically this book is like a memoir / cookbook / life and times of one Jemele Hill, the ups and downs and the tribulations of one Jemele Hill. I'm pretty sure she's got a couple of chapters talking about her time, her life and time at ESPN. I feel like that's her glory point, her glory period. But anyway, this book managed, ever since it debuted October the 31st, this book only managed to sell 5,000 copies. Ouch. All right. To be exact, this book made roughly 5,134 copies. That is real bad. And if you want to know how bad that is, that's like Sweetie her mixtape only selling 2,000 copies in the first week when the mixtape was out. I mean, that's pretty low, and that's not even average. And a lot of people are going to think that I'm hating on Jemele Hill. And if you allow your brother to explain, I'm going to go and dabble into Jemele Hill. But personally, Jemele Hill is one of those type of individuals that is just not satisfied in what they're good at. Everyone has a niche. And a lot of people feel like the reason why Jemele Hill is taking all of these L's for the past couple of years, she hasn't had any success outside of ESPN or any success that could topple her time at ESPN. She's been in a lot of avenues and a lot of arenas that's been blase, above average type of work. She, as well as Carrie Champion, was going to have a show on the Vice Network. I believe that crashed and burned. She's tried to go back into her roots, being a columnist, being an author, a columnist, writing articles and things of that nature. I don't think that is on the same level as her being at ESPN. She also tried her hand in the podcasting world. I believe Jemele Hill has her own YouTube channel. I feel like a lot of sports insiders or sports reporters or sports analysts, however y'all want to describe these individual sports personalities, there you go, make their way to YouTube. Jason Whitlock has a YouTube channel, okay? So, there's no hate there. Everyone has a YouTube channel, all right? She tried her hand in podcasting. I don't think the podcasting numbers are on the same level as the best podcasts in the top 10, but she does have a podcast. She also tried her hand with ESPN Plus. ESPN was going to debut this app called ESPN Plus. It was going to have her show as well as other shows under the umbrella of not ESPN, CNN. It was called CNN Plus. And that application crashed and burned. It didn't even get an opportunity to debut. And they just decided to pull CNN Plus. And now all of those shows that was only dedicated to CNN Plus are not going to see the light of day. And that includes one Jemele Hill show. All right. But here's the bottom line about Jemele Hill. A lot of people feel like Jemele Hill just ruined her own career when she wanted to be a part of the woke movement, the woke media. I really feel like it goes much more further, much more deeper than that. I feel like Jemele Hill is one of those individuals, like I said earlier, that is great at one particular thing, but shows no interest in that one particular thing, doesn't have love or dedication to that one particular thing, and feel like that they can do and reproduce magic in another arena, just doing something different. I really, be honest with you, I feel like Jemele Hill wasn't very satisfied when she was an anchor, a sports personality at ESPN. She felt like she deserved bigger and better things. She really wanted to dabble into politics. She tried her hand in politics over there at the Worldwide Leader of Sports, but we all know ESPN is more PC, not political. They want to be a family-oriented show, and they just don't want to hear topics about politics, all right? Particularly your viewpoint on a particular politician. And at that particular time, Jemele Hill had issues with Donald J. Trump. I don't blame her. I have issues with Donald J. Trump too, but nevertheless, she has been going into other arenas, and I'll be honest with you, I don't see Jemele Hill going back into sports entertainment, going back to being a sports personality. I just feel like that, I think she can maneuver in those waters. I think she has no issue doing something like that. But I feel like Jemele Hill's heart is someplace else, and it's not in sports entertainment. And to be perfectly honest with you, if you look at her time at ESPN, she was included in a lot of shows that are very popular. They have their own personalities on them shows, like First Take. I feel like when she was on First Take, she blew it up. All right, when she debated Stephen A. Smith, she took Stephen A. Smith to the 18th degree. She used to be on the Sports Reporters Sundays on ESPN. She did a great job doing that, as well as His and Her with her and Michael Smith. I felt like that was a great tandem. And it's kind of funny how they developed their chemistry, because back in the day, these guys were supposed to be a couple, but one thing led to another. Michael Smith, went his way, and Jemele Hill went her way, and they became friends. I feel like their friendship even strengthened as friends. And when she went to His and Her, I feel like that was the one of the best shows on ESPN, particularly in the afternoon. I would always watch them too. And I felt like when she started doing the 6 p.m. Sports Center, I didn't mind watching it, but I felt like they should have kept His and Her, particularly earlier in the afternoon. I mean, I watched it, but I wasn't feeling it the way I was feeling it when they was doing His and Hers. And the numbers did not reflect the move. ESPN lost a lot of ratings on the 6 p.m. Sports Center, and due to some part of Jemele Hill and how she feels, particularly her political stance, a lot of viewers were turned off about that, which everyone has their opinion. Everyone is entitled to who they want to vote for, and everyone has an understanding on their political background, okay? And I felt like Jemele Hill was very serious into politics, as well as into other other things. But to me, Jemele Hill wasn't just satisfied with being a sports personality. I feel like Jemele Hill wants to do more. And I feel like, this is going to be a roadblock. And with book deals, I'm pretty sure she got her money up front with her money advancements, and she really made more money just making the book instead of what the book revenue-wise is going to do for her wallet and her pocket, her pocketbook. And she made more money doing that than sales. This book wouldn't surprise me none that this book becomes discounted, and maybe people would be interested in the book and buy the book further on. But this book doesn't validate how weak Jemele Hill is. I feel like what this book illustrates, as well as the other things that happened with Jemele Hill, it just seems like she's perfectly. I feel like if she goes back into sports, she's going to be phenomenal in sports. I just don't feel like her passion and her heart is into sports. I feel like her passion and her heart has love for much other things that may not be on the same level as sports, but you'll get a thriving Jemele Hill if you allow her to do what she wants to do. Like I said, life has roadblocks and life has pit stops. And you just got to go through those things to find your niche in this world. But that's pretty bad as far as book copies goes. Okay? But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. I'm up out of here. Deuces.